Yeah, one of the great things about our society, our culture, our way of life is our people, our ancestors, are very forgiving society ways. In terms of, historically, if someone did something to cross your path or did something that affected you in a negative way, there was always ways to handle that, and it was done. There was no questions asked. Like I've always heard from my grandparents that there was no words for please. There was no words for in terms of utilizing terms that were in terms of things were just done in a way that you knew it was important to fulfill that role. And so there was never any questions asked when a student or a child had to help, or a relative had to help pitch in, step up, do things like that. There was never any question about it. It's just the way things were done historically. So there was no words, to do that because our society was set up differently. But today the struggle and the challenge is to how do we reincorporate that into our society that we live in today, with all of the technology, with all of the things that take our time. And so our people are spending more time doing things such as drugs and alcohol and addictions that kind of just help them get through some of the lost, ways and maybe the stuff that their ancestors have passed down to them. Whereas, but if you can find a place of healing within yourself, it's easier to go back to our traditional values, and so I think and so we're still in that stage of how do we stop, the drugs and alcohol, the impact of all of this, and then reintroduce and recreate our way of life.